is actually not a bad color. That's actually kind of fire.
I don't give a damn. I don't care. I'm not scared. That is not the most hype. You're telling me that the most hype shoe of 2020 is going to be this, what's it called? The Beyoncé whatever.
I think she has the most hype line. So maybe not most hype shoe. That was a little hyperbole, but I think she has the most hype line. Like, so you could throw in any shoe. So I think, yeah.
I don't think there's enough people who are going to buy it to make it the most hype. Dudes ain't buying that.
Dudes buying it to resell it or to buy it for their girl. This one crosses. I'm telling you, this is on cross genders. The Travis Scott is
right now the most anticipated shoe, and even the price point is ridiculous. Is the Dior one, the high or the low? That low is going to be a problem. They said the low is more limited.
Yeah, I saw that.
As I'm wearing a pair of One Lows right now. It's all about One Lows and Dunks. Good evening, good afternoon, good day, whatever it is. Welcome to another week of Soul Me State, where we are recording live again from the Lair, a.k.a. headquarters, a.k.a. the Bat Cave, a.k.a. where it goes down, where it happens, where you can get your best, the St. Louis's hot spot for shoes, buy, sell, trade, consignment, home of the 90-10. And we are here with the one, the only, the illustrious.
Oh, whoa, what an intro.
Hey, I'm on it today.
Yo, it's Woody. Hey, how you doing? A.k.a. Launchpad McQuack 06 on Instagram. Follow me. Follow the store at 39 Castles.
And you know who this is. This is your guy, Diddy314. You can hear me on Country Cousins. Sure. Like, follow, subscribe. Ballin' Buckets. Like, follow, subscribe. Look out for Dub Streets. Pretty Flacco 732. The fam, the boys. But let's tell these people, if you are tuning in, we got some big news for you.
Yeah.
We have a contest going.
Yes.
And this contest gives you your time, you and your boo, time to shine. Time to show that y'all look good together.
Yes, definitely. We have the Sneaker Couples contest. Again, as Diddy said, it's for you and your boo or boos. Considering, hey, it's all couples welcome, all types
couples,
welcome.
Prices, whatever you into, no judgment.
Yeah, all relationships are welcome. Even if it's you trying to enter with your main and then you secretly enter with your side piece. That's a personal choice. We are no judge over here.
Watch you come in first and second.
But you got to make sure you use the hashtag Sneaker Couples with an S39. But again, this sneaker contest or Sneaker Couples contest goes from January 10th to February 3rd. It's based on likes. So you post your picture, you got to use that hashtag so we can see the likes, and that's how we'll be voting on it. That final week, February 3rd through February 7th, is when we will have the finalists in which we'll be able to decide, and we'll pick that winner on February 7th. February 7th, you'll be winning a $100 gift card to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, a nationwide chain, of course, a 39 Castles prize pack, a photo shoot with Davis digital content, and some other prize that we name later. We'll make sure to let you guys know on that. But all of that, you have to follow the 4 partners that are on this contest.
You have to follow Soul Me State.
Yes, sir.
You have to follow 39 Castles.
Yep.
You have to follow Relationship-ish.
Yep.
And you have to follow David's digial
content
on Instagram. You have to follow all 4. When you post your pic on your Instagram, you have to have the hashtag
Sneaker Couples 39. Yes, sir.
So you have to do these things. You have to follow the 4 people. You have to have the hashtag. If you don't have it, you won't have a chance to win. You could have the dopest picture, have the most likes, and you're not following everybody. Or you didn't have the hashtag. You're like, why didn't I win? Because you didn't follow directions. Please. I want to see you win, and I want to see you win because you did everything the way you're supposed to. I'd hate to see you win and not win because you didn't follow.
It's an easy contest.
It's easy. It's a layup. Take a dope pic, get the most likes.
Right.
And you don't have to break, like, hey, if you do an amazing picture, cool. If it's sometimes simple sells, whatever it is, do what you feel you need to do. To win, you just have to follow the rules.
Exactly. And it can be any sneakers. Don't think it has to be something hype like y'all both have the same shoe, or Travis Scott or something like that. It could be, hey, you have a Jordan and the other person has on a Chuck Taylor, whatever it is.
Just gotta be a dope pick.
Which just has to be a dope pick. It could be any pose, any position, anything that you want to do. Be creative, have fun with this. And like I said, there's no such thing as heat or non-heat. It's all about, just showcasing the ability that, hey, sneakers is more than just what's on your feet. It's a culture. It's a movement. That's what it's all about.
It's a movement, baby.
Yes,
so,
sir.
as we were kind of debating as the show began about Beyonce and this Ivy Park situation that is developing, because you already know the Beehive, they already planning, sneakerheads are already planning. So it's going to be a nice little, I don't want to call it a battle, but it's going to be nice to see them meet, possibly bump heads over Beyonce, which makes me transition to the question. Now, is it cool? Is it acceptable for dudes to wear a girl's shoe? And when I mean a girl's shoe, like something came out for women, colorway, whatever it is it cool?
You know what? I think it's always been the cool people who have done it, because I remember back in like 2005, the Jordan 10 came out, and I don't know if some people may remember this, but they had the white and mint green and that white and tan.
Yeah.
And I remember the white and mint green were for women, I think, or something like that. And I remember some guys, I was in Virginia in that summer, and some guys got the white mint, and they kept getting white mint, but they had smaller feet. And I was like, why are they? I'm like, this is so whack. Like, those are women's shoes. Like, that's really whack. But as I've gotten older, I started realizing, hey, the women's shoes got some pretty nice colors. Like, and if you are comfortable with yourself and don't even think about it being a woman's shoe and just it's a shoe, then why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, why not? I think it's okay.
So I think back to the white Aqua 8s.
Okay, yeah.
I remember dudes rocking those. I didn't, but I remember dudes rocking them. I think now to the Black Toe Satin 1. And I'm like, I have a pair. I have not rocked it yet. And I'm a little gun shy because I know it's a woman's shoe, but it's also a black toe. Yeah. And like, if you're talking about how they really created it, it's still a dude's shoe. Yeah. You could say it's in a female colorway, but like, they didn't engineer it any different for a woman. Like, it's still, technically a man's shoe. It's still manufactured and engineered a certain particular way. It makes me think back to a shoe that I remember back in 98. I remember it came out. I thought it was dope for them, but like, even back then, 98 in high school, I wouldn't have rocked it, and I know a dude would have gotten clowned for doing it. But that Jordan, the women's OG,
yeah,
I know a lot of dudes who are really like, I can't wait for that to come out. I'm gonna rock it. And I'm talking about even dudes who wear like a bigger size, which I'm not sure if it's coming in extended sizes or not.
I'm curious about it too, actually, because actually I like it too. It kind of has that hints of like the 13 in it and stuff, and I mean, it is kind of
it's a women's 13.
It's a women's 13.
Because the 13 was like they came out at the same time.
Yeah, and I mean, it is a more basketball-esque masculine type shoe, and I use masculine loosely because I don't think any shoe is masculine or feminine necessarily, but just for discussion purposes, it is a little bit bulkier, so to speak, so it is a bit more masculine. I mean, I'll be surprised to see how many women actually get their hands on it outside of hoopers. Like, I don't really see it making a wave like that. I can see it kind of moving toward like.
Well, they got Tiana Taylor kind of being the face of it with the whole. She's got her whole little line or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I think it's interesting their choice of people.
Yeah.
Was good because she's kind of that
that go between. Yeah, she's that go between.
That go between, yeah. But I don't know. I know dudes who are really really hyped about it.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of interesting. Because I guess if you look at it in reverse, a dude should be able to wear it without even thinking about it. Because a girl will wear Air Jordan 1 or just anything. Perfect example, Chuck Taylor's unisex. Always been unisex. Always been unisex. And I think right now the shoe of the moment for girls, shout out to my wife's cousin who was like, no, this is the official white girl shoe.
Oh, gosh.
Air Force Ones. The white on white Air Force One. She told me, she's like, no, that is the official white girl shit.
It has made it to that level, yeah.
So, and that was a dude, that's an Uptown.
Yeah.
Like when I think of Air Force One, I either think of Nelly or I think of Rockefeller Records and Dame Dash having that statement, I pop them once, wear them once, and I can't wear them again.
Yeah.
So it's just like, that's always been a dude shoe. That's always been a masculine shoe, and girls wear that now like, yeah, this us.
Yeah.
So I guess it really shouldn't matter, but like, I mean, are we talking about colorways or are we just talking about that thought process? When we talk about the Beyonce shoes, what is it, the night jogger?
It's a night jogger, an Ultra Boost, or it's two night joggers, an Ultra Boost, and a Samba with a thicker sole, kind of. I don't know, like, so yeah, we were having a discussion earlier. I think that, and this kind of jumps into a later discussion that we'll probably have, but I'll just kind of throw this moniker out. I think this is probably going to be the most hyped shoe of the, or line of the year, because of the idea that this is probably one of the first shoes that women culture is paying attention to outside of a Bread 11, like, or some Christmas shoe or whatever.
Or
Christmas
Air
release.
Max.
Yeah, or Air Max, something like that. Like, I've had more women contacting us about how to get these shoes or the clothing from the Adidas Ivy Park than any other thing that we've had in the store. And I've just been kind of like, y'all do realize you can get all of these shoes right now, or is it just because it's Beyonce? Which is fine. Like, if that's the case, then that's fine. Like, you know, but understand, I think, as you mentioned, it's going to be an interesting week for a lot of people who have turned their nose up to sneaker culture, and now you're about to get a quick taste, a quick lesson in how the game has changed from just being able to go in the Foot Locker and just buy a shoe and walk out. It's going to be bot central this weekend.
I think part of me thinks that the Beehive is ready for it because they need bots to get tickets.
I've heard that.
So they're kind of, I think, already ready for it. What I do find very interesting, and no disrespect, please, I don't want the wrath of the Beehive.
Yes.
I don't see Beyonce as a sneakerhead.
No.
So really what she's done is, or what Adidas has made available to her is like some shoes, and she changed the color scheme up. Mm-hmm. Like Kanye, when it comes to Adidas, he made the shoe. The 350 was his. Even with Pharrell, like, you didn't do anything for real. No pun.
Pharrell didn't do anything for real.
You just changed some colors up. I still respect what you've done, but like, you know, what did you do?
Right.
Beyonce, unless she had her hands in on the design of the clothes aspect, which, hey, if you were a Beyonce fan, please get at me on Soul Me State or Diddy 314 and educate me if I'm wrong on this. But I don't think I am. So, like, what did she really, you know, it's going to be interesting. To me, like, Adidas didn't really, like, besides Kanye, he's not letting anybody else kind of get crazy with it. That Samba with the bigger heel, to me, fashion wise, is the best. It's the most simplest out of all of them,
the cleanest
but
one.
it's the best one.
Yeah,
because it was already a Samba though. Like you didn't have to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see what this does, and I wonder how many people we're really going to see wearing them.
I definitely think that she had more of her hand in the designing of the clothes. I think, and that's not a shot or any shade to her. Beehive, please. These are just conversations.
And if you can steer us in the right direction, get at us.
Yeah, please.
39 Castles, Launchpad McQuack 06, Diddy 314, Soul Me State. Just hey, it's open dialogue.
Yeah,
We'd like
really,
to hear
because I think this is a game changing situation that's about to happen to the sneaker industry. Because as we've seen over the last. We'll say the last decade, but really over the last like at least several years, you've seen a lot more celeb and manufacturer collaborations. But I don't think we've ever seen one like this. Even Kanye's Yeezy and Adidas collaboration, where he had his clothing line, most people weren't going out and buying Yeezy. Like the clothing line, I bet you the average person.
Hobo chic.
Yeah, the average person couldn't even tell you what pieces were in there outside the shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this
and even the other stuff, the boots and the weird loafers, no one was checking for that.
And even think about like, so with Pharrell, like they gave him kind of that free range to create the clothing, right? People bought it, but not for real because of the pricing and everything else. this is the first, I think, line of clothing attached to a sneaker or attached to sneakers that could sell out just as fast. And it's just an interesting thing because, again, I think they took shoes that needed some life. So the Night Jogger, for people who don't know, the Night Jogger has actually been out for a while.
Yeah.
And the Ultra Boost, most people already know, Ultra Boost 2017 we talked about was like the big Ultra Boost year. 2016, 2017, big Ultra Boost year. I think they knew that those shoes needed that breath of fresh air to make people pay attention and start buying them and get them to sell again and kind of refresh it. And I think that's why they gave her those shoes. Now, the Samba that she's doing, I mean, granted, I don't know if it's a Samba, but I think it looks like a Samba.
Campus?
Yeah, it looks like that. I'm going to be real. I got to stand up for my girl Rihanna on this one. I think it's a bite.
Oh, off the creepers.
I think it's a tremendous bite off the creepers. I think Brianna and Puma had probably one of the better collaborative efforts between a celeb and a manufacturer that we've probably ever seen, because her clothing sold out big time. She had her hands in on the creeper design, the flip flops.
The creeper was definitely even argued for shoe of the year that year.
Yeah, I mean, it was a clean shoe. Like, even from a male's perspective, going back to the initial conversation, men and women's shoes. From a male perspective, it actually wasn't a bad looking shoe. Like, because it really just took a Clyde and put like the heel on it. She had, like I said, the slides. She had the clothing, and then she still has her lines coming out with them. So I do like the fact that Beyonce is kind of going into a different lane, but as you pointed out, she's not a sneakerhead, because she wouldn't have wanted these. She would have said, let me design something that people really want to rock or wear. So,
which I also think if you peel the layer back a little bit more, I do think it's actually interesting that she's even doing this with Adidas because of her husband and his hands-on with the creative elements of Puma.
Yeah,
I'm very surprised she didn't do something with Puma more, because I thought she did something with them before, but I remember it was Rihanna definitely kind of did her thing. Yeah. But and I don't know if it's separated. Like, I don't know what it is. I'm just a little surprised because Puma, when it comes to here in the last year and a half, more so 2 years, Nipsey had a line.
Yeah.
God rest the dead.
Yeah.
Meek Mill, Big Sean. And then they're definitely kind of bolstering their NBA endorsement lineup.
Yeah.
So I'm just a little surprised that she went with Adidas. But then again, on Adidas' perspective, when it comes to signing music entertainers, Pusha T, Big Sean before.
Yeah. They had 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz, Kanye, Pharrell. That's 5 there. So it's just like,
and then they even got the new line with the Fortnite guy, Ninja.
Yeah. So Adidas definitely kind of, they look outside, and I just think it's almost like if you look at Adidas in a nutshell, it's almost like they're trying to sign any and everybody of everything.
Yeah.
Basketball, they Harden, Dame Lillard, Derrick Rose, Donovan Mitchell.
They may even try to get Jimmy Butler. Yeah.
Which I don't think they will.
Yeah.
I think he's going. That could be for another episode. What will Jimmy wear?
Yeah.
But he left Adidas and left money on the table to get away from Adidas. I do think that there's some. You mentioned before. I think there's some smoke in the air with him going to the way of Wade.
Yeah, man.
But he's still at the moment though. He's still wearing Jordans. So
okay. Well, that's because I think he has to finish out that contract or something. Like, it just wasn't extended. I think he still has to finish it out or something.
So it'll be interesting with that. But Beyonce, like, Adidas will sign. They trying to gobble everything up because I am still. No one can tell me why you would sign a video game player to a shoe contract.
And especially not that one. But it's interesting though. Like, kind of going back to this to see. So this shoe is coming out so early in the year. To see, is this going to extend throughout the year, like as far as her presence or her collaborations? Like, is it going to be a bunch of different rollouts throughout the year, or is it kind of this and then we'll see another one at the end of the year? Like, is it like just 2 capsules, or is it going to be like, hey, just be on the lookout for Beyonce stuff all the way out? Or what's the production numbers? Like, I'm curious on that. Like, is she going to be a person that says, hey, I want everybody to have the shoe. I want all my fans and all the people to feel this. Or is she going to be like, is it going to be like the Thunderdome out here next on January 18th, y'all? In January 18th, she'll be dropping her product. So, yeah, I'm very interested.
That talks about, you talk about you're interested, the anticipation. What else are you in? What are the other shoes that are on your radar for the year that you're just highly anticipating?
Ooh, man. I'm going to let you take that one first because I got to think about it. I got a few, but I'm going to pinpoint one. God, yeah. So what you got? What you got?
For me personally, the pack with the airship.
Okay, yeah.
That's for me is a big one. The beige off-white Jordan 5, not the black one. The beige one. I am very excited about that.
It looks much better than the black, by the way. It looks way better.
What else? The elephant in the room. The Travis Scott dunk.
Yes.
I think the dunk is going to make waves this year.
The tearaway dunk, man. You gotta love that.
That's a highly anticipated shoe for me. Those are the ones that are really kind of. I'm also interested to see what ends up happening with the two other off-white dunks that are teamed up with Futura. Is it a friends and family? Are they really coming out? Depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
Some say it's a friends and family. Some say that it is definitely coming out in very, very limited numbers. So those are I'm waiting for those. And it was just talked about today or the last couple of days that red and orange mango off-white Air Max 90.
Yeah.
I'm definitely. I did a pre-order for that a year and a half ago.
Oh my god!
And yeah.
Golly, I'm laughing because y'all, that if you've never done a pre-order for a shoe, understand you're guaranteed to get the shoe, but it's gonna be like a couple months after it drops. So the fact he pre-ordered a year and a half ago
because it was supposed to come out in 2018. I pre-ordered and literally forgot about it until I went over my pre-orders.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit, I pre-ordered this.
That's actually a good steal, by the way. Dude.
Oh, for $280?
Yeah, that's an excellent steal.
So I'm very interested. For me, those are what I'm really hyped about is the Travis Scott and the beige off-white 5.
I like the Travis Scott dunk pick. I think, again, that's another shoe that captures who he is. I like shoes that are inspired by things and really capture and showcase that. So I guess that's why one of my anticipated shoes, I'll get to it, but I do like the reverse breads. I think that's a great shoe. I don't like that it's only 23,000 made. That can't be true.
That just made the hype go up.
I hate it because nobody wanted that shoe.
You know what? I'll take you a step further. You know why no one really wanted the shoe? And when people say, I really like the shoe now, I'm going to call you you're a liar.
Right.
Because when that thing came out 4 years ago in that same colorway with the little strap that was removable,
nobody wanted it.
No one gave a damn.
I was so heated.
And now all of a sudden people are like, oh man, it's going to be a great shoe. That proves to me you have no clue what you're talking about.
Exactly.
And they put a number on it and all of a sudden you won it.
And that's what's so funny. So people don't know, Diddy and I literally talk every day, bouncing shoes back and forth. And what was one of the things I said, I was like, yo, this shoe is so dope. I'm going to switch the laces. I'm a big switch laces guy. I'm like, I could make this look like a Boba Fett dunk. I was like, I have the feeling I can do this thing. That shoe is so clean. But now it's 23,000. It's going to be just hell. And for me, hype actually ruins a shoe for me. It makes me kind of just pull away from it. I don't know what it is. I'm the guy who, I don't like to talk to the girl that every guy is on. That's not my thing. I'm not into that shit. I think I'm not going to be up in your ass like that. So I do think
that was graphic.
Yeah, really was. I do. Yeah, there's some things that need to be unpacked right there. No, but like I said, I do think that's a really cool shoe. I like kind of the inspiration behind it. I actually was a fan of the strap line. There was only one colorway of that strap line that the ones I didn't like. And it was a navy blue one. I just was like, this is really
know your research, people.
Yeah.
Air Jordan 1 Retro high strap. It was gym red.
Yep.
Know your shit.
There you go.
It came out many moons ago. It was $110 retail.
Yep.
You can buy it now on StockX and be ahead of the game. A size 10.5 is $155.
And the strap does come off, y'all.
The strap
you literally can take the
comes
strap
off.
completely off. And it would be the exact same shoe that's literally coming out. It's kind of funny. And I think it said Nike Air on the tongue on that one too, didn't it? I can't remember. I don't think it had Jumpman on it for some reason. I can't remember. But wow.
It does have a Jumpman on the back.
Jumpman on the back. Okay.
And it's got a Jumpman on the tongue, a Jumpman Air.
That's rough. But anyway, you can still rock
You can still rock that right now.
And change the lace. Change the lace.
Take the strap off and change the lace. You will blow people's mind. They will be like, "What is going on?"
But I like the P-Rod that's coming out, the high top. I'm a big dunk guy. As people know, who know me or close to me, know my New Year's resolution this year was to go back and get these 4 dunks that I've always wanted. They're pretty rare, but they're these 4 high top dunks I've always wanted. So if you have them and they're in really good condition, please hit me up. I'm looking for the Pee Wee Hermans, the Money Cat Highs, the Luckies, and the Unluckies. But that P-Rod that's coming out, the inspiration behind it, taking it back to his Mexican culture with the boxing as well, with the lace lock on there, I think it's really, really dope. I think the creativity and inspiration behind it is really clean. And then as always, as every sneakerhead always looks forward to, are the Chicago ones going to come back out again? Fingers crossed. We never know. We always say no, yes, yada, yada, yada.
I tell you this. What I've learned, shout out to him. I know he's probably not listening, but you should. Zeta Kicks.
Yeah.
What I've learned about him is he ends up being right 95% of the time.
Okay. Yeah.
2018, when I pre-ordered the Off-White 90 Red and Mangoes, people were like, these aren't coming out. For some reason, I stuck with my pre-order. And now, he ended up being right.
Yeah.
And he has said repeatedly on the pre-order, hey, these are coming out. And everyone's like, no, they're not coming out. And then we saw the reverse bread. He sends an email out to anyone who pre-ordered, because I pre-ordered with, he had a sale going on his email newsletter or whatever. With the sale and everything, it was a particular tier of discounts. I pre-ordered that shoe for $163.
Sheesh.
The Chicago one. And you and I have talked about this many times, so I keep on thinking, do I just cancel it, blah, blah, blah?
You know, I tell you, I said, hold on. Just hold on to it.
I'm going to hold on, because if he says it's coming out,
do that.
He's got a pretty good goddamn track record. Yeah. He's been around since the Nike Talk days. People, he's a very polarizing person.
He definitely is.
His Instagram is very comical, because he will just go off on people and go off on things. And it's just like, dude, settle down.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you look at his warehouse, you look at what he's got, even his collection, like, this dude, like, he's got serious heat.
Yeah.
Serious heat. Been around since the Nike Talk days. He's one person, people are like, oh, I don't mess with Zeta. I can understand how you might not mess with him because of his personality. I get it. But even if you look at his, which now is funny because he has been selling on eBay. And now the eBay kind of lowered their...
all the seller fees and all that
the
stuff.
Seller fees, you look at his transactions on eBay, I think he's got like 10,000 or 12, he's got a silly amount of transactions with like a 99.8 satisfaction.
He doesn't play around. Yeah, he doesn't play around.
So like, even if you look, if you could track Walmart's or Costco or Sam's, happy rate, everyone's always going to be mad at any kind of retailer for something.
Right.
So if he's at that level of transactions, that high, like obviously he's doing something right. He says the Chicago ones are coming out. Yeah. Then I gotta tend to believe they're coming out sometime this year. Mm-hmm. I would not be surprised if it's one of those literally Thanksgiving 2020.
I see that.
A Black Friday, something we just
or even the Christmas, because I think I do have this feeling the holiday shoe may change. I don't think it's gonna be a Jordan 11 anymore. Maybe this is the last year, but hey, you heard it here first. I have a feeling that they've kind of run its course for a little bit. They may take a break on it and go with something else.
I think there's 2 more you need to do if you're doing this high cut patent leather. You need to do another cool gray.
Okay.
And you need to do a Columbia.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You just need to do those 2 with the high cut patent leather. Then I say you stop.
You stop and chill for a little bit.
I would say, honestly, with the 11s, you stop for... after that, I don't want to see 11 for me, a minimum, I don't want to see 11 for 5 years.
Oh, I think even longer than that. Because, if you think about it, within this last decade, the bread 11s came out, twice. Well, sort of. It was kind of end of last decade. And,
2012, the end of this decade, when was the pack? The 11-12 pack?
So about 10 years. Within 10, 11 years, you had them come out 3 times. And I'm like, not to mention the lows that came out.
True.
So that's why I'm like, yo, let's take it easy for a second, reel some stuff back. But another anticipated shoe for me, of course, the Air Max 90, that Off-White, I think is going to be dope. I like the reverse bloodlines. I know we talked about it a little bit, so that may be kind of that little
After
Chicago
our conversation, the bloodlines are growing on me.
I think the bloodlines are a really dope shoe. Like, I've been waiting for them to go on sale a little bit more, but like I said, I think it's a dope shoe. And then I'm also excited to kind of see, I know it hasn't been talked about yet, but I'm always interested to see LeBron's King's Crown shoe. I kind of always been a fan of LeBron's shoes for the most part. And I've gotten kind of used to, okay, hey, this year, what's the King's Crown going to look like this year? Like, okay, the King's Crown is also kind of the loosely called Watch the Throne, y'all, for those who haven't made that connection. I thought the 15 King's Crown was really, really dope. 16 was cool, too.
The one where he really did the Watch the Throne, I truly appreciated that.
That was
shit.
that 9. Yeah, that 9 was really cool.
Even when he redid it on the 16.
Yeah, the 16. So yeah, that was the King's Crown. Yeah,
I thought that was
with
dope.
The lock. Yeah, that impossible lace lock. Like, once you put it on, you're not taking that shit off. Like, I have not taken mine off because it's just
true.
It's so hard.
But I was so happy because it looks so much like the Watch the Throne. Like, I put it on and was happy to keep the lace lock on. Like, I wouldn't want to rock it without it.
Definitely. Well, you know, like I said, I think the coolest one out of all of them was the 15 collaboration deal with Kid, where they did the King's. They had the King's Crown, because
he wore it.
It was like the throne, like something.
He wore them for the All-Star game.
Yeah, I think that was a real cool one. So I'm interested to see what LeBron comes with. Because I think this year he may have probably the better of all the basketball shoes out right now. PG, I'm kind of excited.
I kind of like that.
The Gatorade one.
I think the PG is going to be really dope when it hits Nike by you.
Yeah.
I think that'll be really dope to mess around with that. My only issue with LeBron's shoes, and it's not really an issue, he keeps the dope ones for himself.
Yeah.
It's always his dope PEs that, like, you're not going to see. And it's just like, damn. He still shuts the game down if he wears the LeBron 15 Yeezy.
Yeah, he
shuts
did it
everything down.
The other night, I was like, dude.
And it's not the first time he ever wore it was just, he wasn't even playing. He was just wearing it on the sidelines like last year. He shuts it down with those. I was
not happy about that.
Shuts it down with those. Those are super dope.
But I think the Jordan 1s, I think this is going to be a mid-year. I think they kind of got some mids coming out that are a little heavy on it. But other than that, man, like I said, I think this is so far right now, it's looking quiet. I know it's not going to be that way, but it's just kind of looking kind of quiet. Just kind of like, okay, let's kind of see, because 2019 was a heavy. I mean, 2019 may go down in secret history as like the battleground year between all the manufacturers. I mean, Under Armour came with it. I have to give them that with their Sour Patch Kids. The Seth Curry. I think the Seth Curry Under Armour from this season has been really clean. This dude is such a hater. Like, if it's not Nike, he's such a hater.
No.
I'm open to everything.
Okay,
I'm
that's
open
fine.
to
Riddle me this.
Right.
Have you ever seen someone wait in line? What are you waiting for? The new Under Armour?
Of course not. Like, of course
then
not.
We're done.
No, but it's still,
There's
that
no
does
hype.
not take away from a good... Okay,
there's
so
no hype behind it.
If nobody's waiting in line to get into Maggiano's, does that mean Maggiano's food's not good? No, it just means that nobody's waiting in line.
No one's even checking for that.
Actually, people are. People were checking on before Luka signed with Jordan. He was wearing them.
He wore them for one game to get.
And he was hooping. He put up buckets.
He puts up buckets in any shoe he wears.
Doesn't matter. It goes out in history. In the Sour Patch Kids, he put up buckets.
He wore them for a half.
Okay, but back to my point. 2019, like I said, everybody was coming with. Lee Ning came with it, which again, y'all are sleeping on Lee Ning. Lee Ning has some really good quality. Like the new Dwayne Wade shoe, his son has actually been wearing in their games. So that may be the new wave too, where people kind of are like, oh, well, let me try this out, because his son Zaire is a baller right now. But of course, Nike, as usual, and Adidas with a big heads kind of going at it. And then Puma came pretty strong last year.
Puma came strong with signing people, but I don't feel it. I think there's someone to watch.
Yeah.
They didn't make any kind of landmark shifts. They just signed people.
I give you that.
I think as far as when that, like, I'm interested, I think who's making the best moves of signing basketball players? I think Brand Jordan's making the best moves.
Oh, definitely. But they've always had.
No, not always, but I think this time, what makes this time better They went younger, and they went dope younger. They went Tatum,
Right.
Zion, Luka.
Yeah, it's the future. The future.
You are solid. And I'm still, I love him as a player. I love his intensity. I don't necessarily want to rock his shoes because I think his shoes have gotten gradually worse.
Oh, let's hear this.
Russ.
Yeah, man. The Why Not 3 is not. Like,
the Why Not 3 was, I don't want to call it garbage.
Because there's a few colors. There's one colorway that I was really like, oh, this is. I remember I sent it to you. I was like, yo, this is actually kind of cool. But other than that.
The 2 and the 3 have been questionable. The first one, I thought was dope.
That was like the tennis shoe one. Which one was that? It was like one of the tennis shoes, just a boot or whatever. Like
it had a strap over it, almost looked like a 2.
Yeah.
I thought that was dope, and I really appreciated him really rocking great colorways like the 29s and the 30s, especially when MVP, the one he was wearing, like the Why Not MVP. That's a dope shoe. So
the 34 is not bad. The Jordan 34 is not bad either. If you're a
no,
person,
not at all.
If you're a person that does not like at least even entertain the newer Jordans that come out, not like Team Jordan. I mean the actual newer Jordan numbers that come out. You're really doing yourself a disservice. Like they've actually done.
The last
pretty well.
ones have been pretty.
Yeah, the last
actually
few
been
have
pretty
cool. Like I give them.
I make it a rule in my house and in the sneaker cave on my wall. I have one of every single Air Jordan,
Gotcha.
and that's going all the way through. So there's a 34 up there.
Yeah.
Just because to me, like you gotta at least every year I gotta get one pair.
Yeah.
Of just whatever the latest model Jordan number is. You got to have at least one.
And you can't, like I said, don't let the hype affect that. Because remember, when the 23 came out, people shat on it so bad. And now, some of these 23s are going pretty high. Like the titaniums.
That always did.
Super high. The trophy rooms, of course, they kind of teeter up and down because those are just the trophy rooms. But, yeah, I mean, I think those are really cool shoes. But, like I said, it was just a battleground year last year. I think... Going back to your point, though, as far as like the celebrity signings and moving forward with some things, do you feel, and this may get a little deep, I'm actually getting chills a little bit talking about it, do you think that Nipsey's murder maybe kind of messed up some things that were playing with Puma? Because remember,
probably
his shoes, because they had his shoe already that was coming, but they may have had a whole other thing, which they ended up coming back with Lauren London at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Her piece and her things. So
probably so, and we don't need to go down the rabbit hole with it, but like very unfortunate, very tragic thing, event, whatever, just the whole situation.
Yeah.
So I definitely that he could have done something. You don't know.
Yeah.
It could have been a whole nother wave. So that's
So I am interested to see kind of what her presence with Puma is going to be like, because it actually I don't know if you remember on Instagram when that video dropped. It garnered a lot of attention and a lot of likes. And I'm kind of like, okay, are they going to kind of keep rolling with this and maybe, I don't know, do more clothing line stuff with her or sneaker stuff where it almost becomes, not that it's on the same level, so Beehives, calm down, but maybe a, kind of Beyonce light sort of situation or Rihanna light because it's within Puma. Like,
I think... It depends on where the designs came from. If these were all the things they already had set up for Nip, and you just put her name on it instead, I don't know.
Okay. If
you would still put Nip's name on it, but then that also runs the risk of saying you're trying to profit off a dead guy.
That's true.
It's a very slippery, touchy situation. Just got to see what happens. It goes back to what we originally talked about. Can men wear women's shoes? Are they marketing this for just? Only time will tell.
Yeah.
Only time will tell. It's very interesting. 2020, shoe-wise, is going to be a highly anticipated year. There's a lot of good things, a lot of big things on the horizon. At the same time, at the end of the year or towards third quarter, you're going to have an Air Jordan 35. So what's that going to be? We haven't even talked about it. You're going to have an Air Jordan 35.
That's true.
So
that's 35, too. So
35 years of the Air Jordan line.
Yeah.
35 years. And for all those people who said that Yeezy jumped over the Jumpman, watch your mouth.
Yeah, impossible.
Because you haven't had 35 years or something. Watch your mouth.
What I'd like to know is, from your opinion, what was, going back to this women's shoe conversation, what was the women's shoe of the year last year? What was the women's sneaker of the year?
I'm not a woman. I have no idea.
But you analyzed. We saw what was coming out. We saw what came out. I mean, because last year there were a lot of women's shoes that came out, boy.
Top of the head, what did Ellie Mae come out with? She had a 6, a pink 6.
Oh yeah, they did. Did they drop last year? But that was, I mean, I know it's. Yeah,
that was another one that I know dudes are rocking. I'm not even mad at you for rocking.
Ooh, man, that has some really tremendous resale. You know, anything, I guess, like the melodies I thought was...
That's another one?
The melodies I thought was pretty good. You know, I mean...
It almost is kind of there, I think.
Yeah, I mean, but they had a lot, like, so the Jordan 11, that glitter one, that was pretty interesting.
Cinderellas?
Yeah, the Cinderellas or whatnot. It was pretty interesting. I wonder if anybody will wear those during the Final Four. That'd be pretty cool. But anyway, like I said, I think last year we started seeing a shift in Nike's attention too toward women, because you started seeing more women drops within the sneakers app too. Like,
actually, you know, I take it back. The women's shoe of the year to me was maybe one of the Off-White Women in Motion.
Okay. So like what, the waffle or the Vapor Street or whatnot, something like that.
Yeah, the Kyger, because you had dudes rocking it. You have a pair. I want a pair, but it was for the women. Like, it was dope shoe.
Yeah, it definitely was
dope shoe. So that is another episode again. Contest. Follow the 4 people. 39 Castles.
Yes, sir.
Relationship-ish. Soul Me State. David's Digital.
Yes, sir. Content. David's Digital content.
You got to follow all 4 in your picture. Make sure you have the hashtag. Hashtag is
Sneaker Couples 39. That's Sneaker Couples with an S, 39.
You have to have these things done for it to count. It's whoever has the most likes. Have your picture on there by February. Post your picture by February 3rd. The winners will be tallied by February 7th, just in time. We're taking care of you for Valentine's Day. Your couple, you guys can go out and stun on them, swag on them. You know, Be a good night.
Yes, sir.
No matter what kind of situation you have, what kind of couple you have. We have no judgments here. Judge-free zone. Appreciate the listen, like, follow, subscribe. Soul Me State, come see us at 39 Castles. This is your guy Diddy. You can reach me at Diddy314 or at soul_me_state. You can reach my man here
at Launchpad McQuack 06. That's at Launchpad McQuack 06.
And 39 Castles.
Yes, sir.
Like, follow, subscribe. We appreciate it.